Hello there, Edmo. Let's go. Strategies for acquiring new skills and developing imagination have been studied for a long time by our society. Genius. I believe there are many activities to improve people's capabilities. Okay, Saxon genitive there. This essay will discuss the advantages of doing enjoyable activities with children using examples from sports to electronic games to demonstrate points and support arguments. Fantastic. So, immediately I can see I'm dealing with a smart, determined, ambitious student, and we're not going to be looking that much at correction, more about improvement. So what could we say instead of doing? The English language is very rich in vocabulary and especially verbs. So what could we say instead of doing? Pause the video, have a think. We could say of participating in enjoyable activities. Yeah, or engaging. Advantages of engaging in enjoyable activities. Okay, just a few suggestions there. Firstly, reading has been rated as one of the main activities for developing better skills and imagination. Nevertheless, with technological advancements, fresh new activities are popping up and becoming popular. Popping up. Good work. Playing games on consoles such as PlayStation or Xbox can considerably increase a person's capacity, spatial awareness, reflexive and active skills. Good list. Facts that would never happen in activities such as reading books. Good. Well done. I like that. Embellishment. Therefore, playing electronic games with children can bring different benefits when compared to older and less technological activities. Fantastic. Fantastic. Secondly, there are activities, especially in situations where competition is involved. Okay, there are activities, especially in situations. So that doesn't make much sense. Okay, that can master our skills and development. That can improve. Secondly, there are activities, especially in situations where competition is involved. Okay, sorry, yeah. That can improve our skills development. Okay, when people play sports in general, it activates their cognitive thinking and rational capability of improvisation. Wow, genius work, Edmo. Recent Harvard studies show, plural, okay, show people that practiced any kind of sport at least 3 times a week scored 15% more on average their exams when compared to those who did not. Very good. Here's another tip, similar to doing. What could we say instead of people? Okay. Also remember the essay is about children. So could we say students? Could we say young learners? Could we say young adults? Could we say youths? Could we say pupils? Whatever. Okay. There's usually a richer word than people. And also for your next essays, if you're going to use do, good, big, small, bad, better, worse, all of those words I just listed can often be replaced by something a little bit more accurate or descriptive. To conclude, from the arguments given about the advantages of spending time with children doing enjoyable activities, I firmly believe that it can wind up to bring more benefits than other activities. No, I wouldn't have said wind up here. I firmly believe that it can bring more benefits, or that it can produce more benefits than other activities. It is predicted that as technology advances, new sources of acquiring skills will surge. Good work, Edmo. Very impressed with this. Fantastic start. Well done for getting the first essay in. So that's great. The issue of whether losing a close one increases or decreases. Losing a close one. Why? Okay, task response. Okay, task response, we're going to be looking at communication is less between families of late. Okay, that just means recently. Communication is less between families recently. Okay, seems like you're going to be talking about the deceased, which is a shame. The issue of whether losing a close one increases or decreases communication between family members of late has been debatable over the last few centuries. Good start. I believe this sad fact can contribute to families and restore their relationships. This essay will discuss the implications of losing someone using examples from daily routines and Harvard to demonstrate points and support arguments. So the introduction looks solid. Task response looks a little bit scary at this point. Firstly, it should be introduced the fact that after someone passes away, family members feel emotionally unstable. This is largely because families have a strong connection between their members and care for each other. Good. This painful moment can encourage approximation between them and wind up to improve their damaged communication due to fights in the past years. It should be acknowledged that recent studies from Harvard show that people, family members, loved ones, whatever, another example there, in such situations have 20% more chances to get along with people who were not supported before. Therefore, it must not be neglected the possibility of restoring and improving communication between family members of late. Okay. Yeah. Slightly incorrect interpretation of the test there. So, really sorry about that. That would have been quite a severe mistake in the exam. But don't worry, Edmo. Working together, okay, we can develop we can develop strong strategies in order to avoid task response errors going forward. Okay. Secondly, in the new scenario life brings, tasks realized by the late sometimes are divided with the whole family. Okay, so of late can be interpreted as sort of like passing away. However, it wouldn't make much sense, the question, if you said communication between family members. Well, let's see again. So let's see. Communication is less between family members of late. So that would mean, basically, if you were understanding it as the deceased, it would be communication is less between dead family members. So it wouldn't make that much sense. All right. Anyway, once the others continue to live, these past responsibilities must be assumed. Take, for example, a mother that has died. Tasks like house cleaning, going to the supermarket and preparing the family dinner should be shared between the family members. As a consequence, they get closer as interactions are intensified by necessity, increasing considerably their communication. Okay, so here, all right, later in the course, we're going to look at examples, and we wouldn't say this, we wouldn't talk about hypothetically a mother, okay? It would be much better, and it would sound a million times more academic if you could transform this and be a little bit creative. And it doesn't matter if it's a lie, just as long as it's believable and credible. You just say something like, take for example a recent study by Oxford University which showed that single mothers, after single mothers have passed away, household tasks were shared out between family members in 90% of the cases, full stop, or something like that. Okay, that's all, and it just sounds a million times more academic. Okay, to conclude, although suffering from the loss of someone is clearly arduous, there are still positive implications, especially considering the relationship between the family members. Okay, Edmo, I won't go more into task response. It's a good lesson we've learned there about examples and about checking task response. Okay, so what I want you to do now is implement the corrections that you've heard. Watch all of the videos in the sentence guide course, because especially the last ones, because that's where we're going to see the big improvements. Okay, make a list of the mistakes, and not just the grammar ones, but ones like task response and stuff like this, and then send me 2 essays. And if they're over 260, edit them down to make them 260 words, and likewise if it's over 160 for task 1, edit it down. Okay, and then send me your work as soon as you've done it, along with your corrected versions of these, along with your error list and the 2 new essays, and send it all together in one email. Okay, Edmo, you're doing great. Let's carry on improving.